You're listening to the AfterBuzz TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Keith Johnson.
From the AfterBuzz Studios in Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and Bing.com, and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AfterBuzz TV's The Challenge Rivals 2 After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AfterBuzz TV's The Challenge Rivals 2 After Show.
Crazy.
I don't know.
You're crazy with that shit right now.
Well, I mean, I kind of expected it to be a little more louder, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Bump us up a little
when
more.
I envisioned it in my head.
Because it builds.
Was that what we're doing? Maybe my headphones just are really low today.
Are you okay?
Okay, I feel like it's like a weird
I told you
news
we
reporting.
should've done
Like, we
Welcome to
should have went to.
Jungle.
You're right.
No one wants to listen to me.
Yo, what up, AfterBuzzers? Bing is for doing, and we are here doing another AfterBuzz TV after show for The Challenge Rivals 2. Damn, already we back here.
We back, baby.
It's your boy DJ Jesse, joined in studio by the one, the only Nicolette Gaona.
Y'all know what it is. What's up?
The lovely, the beautiful, the gorgeous Roxy Straya.
Hello.
And our very own Challenge Alumni Champion, Sir Mark Long.
I just came on for showmance, guys. I'm just looking for a showmance.
Little show, man.
And
That's all
what's up?
anybody wants.
I mean,
We're all here for you, baby.
CT might have some competition with you, it looks like.
What a hound dog!
I mean, he's
What
going
a hound
deep
dog!
with it.
Going off early, huh? I love it.
Well, Mark, thank you so much for joining our panel. We're really excited
I'm psyched,
to have
dude.
you
I'm
here
psyched.
today.
I'm gonna try to make it here every week unless I'm physically not possible to be here.
Great.
Which is only 1 week so far.
Good.
So,
All right.
but
Well,
yeah.
there we are, guys. So yes, let's jump into it. I believe the name of it is Fuck It Thailand.
Phuket.
I'm pretty,
Yeah.
It looked like fuck it. I just wanted to say fuck.
Pronounce
it.
fuck it at home.
Yeah.
Fuck
I'm
it,
from
we're in
Boston.
Thailand.
I'm from Boston, so
Thailand,
my
baby.
accent, you know.
Right.
So we're in Thailand for Rivals 2. Everyone's so shocked that it's Rivals 2. Johnny Bananas couldn't even believe that it was Rivals 2.
Unfathomable.
I mean,
He's so emotional in his interviews, isn't he?
He is.
So believable. So is Sarah Rice.
so where does this come from? As you guys have done so many of these challenges, it's like, do you go in there just kind of like acting shocked, or because it's like, what else are we gonna?
Well,
do?
here's the
You
deal.
know?
About a month before you actually go shoot, the cat's let out of the bag. It's either battle of the sexes, or it's exes, or it's rivals, or battle of the seasons. So you keep the writing's on the wall when you show up. I mean, everyone knows who their partner is. Usually, you even start plotting and scheming before you get on the plane. Usually.
But don't you feel like some of these people, they're not really rivals, and some of them have multiple rivals? Like, how do you know which one's yours?
Yeah, I will say this. Some of these teams are a little stretching it in the
Yeah.
rival department. Because I mean, personally, like when I think of Wes, I think Kenny Santucci is a rival. I mean, I see CT might not like him that much, but
Well, they were the first in
Yeah,
the first rival. So
absolutely.
who would you pick other than Kenny with Wes?
after watching this fucking episode, it should be CT and Johnny being on a team, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, that's for damn sure.
But it's interesting. But like, I mean, you know, Derek and Rob.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
come
It
on.
just seems like a force.
Let's go through some of the teammates. We have Wes, the political mastermind. And for some
yes.
reason, all of a sudden now everyone gets nicknames. And
like-
CT, Boston's bad boy, our
Okay,
team.
I agree with both of those.
Is that
I like
what it
those.
was? Boston's
Yeah,
Boston's
Boston.
bad
Son of a
boy.
bitch.
I think that they got to
So
pick their own
true.
titles. Like, these titles were too generous. You know what I mean? It was like, Wes, what do you want to be called? And he was like, well, I am the political mastermind.
And Anissa's like, I am the stripper. So please give me that.
Some people use their occupation, and other people use their title. I don't even.
Anissa is the exotic dancer, and DM is her teammate, who is the two-time cancer survivor.
2-time.
I mean, that's just, it's really intense. but
Here's what I have to say about that. I mean, you're saying that it's like prideful. We were talking about which one it is, whether it's good that she's called it bad. I think it's a little awkward that that's what they put as her title. Like, she is more than that, I would like to say.
How about like the champion, or you know what I mean? Like
she's very passionate
or the
about it.
survivor.
So
That
I
one.
think she's very passionate about it, so she doesn't mind that title. But yeah, a little weird for me.
you know, it's just very like all out there. It's
Yeah.
like, all right, everybody now knows my business. Like,
Yeah.
even though, you know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
kind of like, it got too personal. That's like a really
Everyone
personal.
roots for DM. So it's,
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
of
I
course.
mean,
And so
duh.
apparently, since Battle of the X's, she's had her second round of ovarian cancer, which
Yes.
she has beat. And she's still a little
crazy.
insecure with the whole weight thing, which is totally understandable.
Yeah, but she
looks
rocks
so
it in that
hot
pic.
with
I
short.
know.
But even just with her short hair, she still looks hot.
short
It's
hair
like-
don't care.
she's got a good face. When you got a good face, you can pull off anything.
Yep, and a good body.
Okay.
So what is there not to like?
All
She's
right.
good.
Speaking of body, we got Zach, the sensitive Hulk, teamed up with Trey, the varsity football star.
They should have named Zach Fabio.
When you have a team,
Young Fabio.
I love how Trey's like like he's still in high school.
Yeah, like-
the varsity football star.
But it's so him though. He just walks around like,
really
yeah.
is.
All right, who's the
Bro,
next
you wanna throw a
team?
ball?
Like, yeah.
when you have a team where one person's the Hulk and another person's a football player, like obviously it seems like
Sounds
a
like a
power
good
team
team.
there. Yeah.
Okay.
If Zach doesn't do WWE wrestling after this, he is stupid because he will be a WWE star.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he's. He already has all the underwear for it.
I'm sure
ready.
all the spandex.
He's got the hair grown out now. He is perfect for Vince
Okay.
McMahon.
I need to know what the decision behind that hair was. I'm not enjoying it.
Yeah, it was a
I needed to
little
just go.
Welcome to Fashion Police here at the Rival.
Long hair. There you go.
He loves tweeting long hair, don't care.
Oh,
he
does
loves
he?
it.
Oh
He
my
loves it.
god. There's no
animal.
time.
And so apparently their, from what I spoke of with Trey, apparently their whole rival thing came from AfterBuzz. If you go back to our last challenge, when we had Janae on the show and she was talking about Danny from Bad Girls Club and there was all that drama with Zach. Apparently Zach didn't have some nice words to say about Trey, so make sure you guys go back and check that interview out from last
You
season.
started.
Yeah, so we're causing
Then,
shit.
Here at AfterBuzz, we start shit
See, that's a real rival then. I'll take that as a real rival.
because it's a real life
yeah,
rival.
Right.
It's real shit.
Yeah, but
All right.
still the audience doesn't know about that. Well, our audience does, but they don't. So I don't know if it's a real rival for the rest
Well,
of
y'all
America.
need to be watching AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah.
All right,
Good
let's talk
point,
about this
Jesse.
next one because I just feel like they're just going to be our rivals. I feel Anastasia and Jessica. Anastasia's the newly single vixen,
The
and Jessica is the
newly
princess.
single vixen. What kind of title is that?
What does that even mean?
That means the house whore.
Like,
I think.
That's
Just kidding. I'm
And the
No,
princess-
like that's so serious. I mean, she done showed it when she was making out with CT. Like
during the entire Real
Legs
World
up
season,
I was
had-
secretly
Okay.
attracted to her when I watched the show.
really.
But I didn't watch the real world. She could be. She grow.
Hold
Well,
on.
no,
I
here's the thing
I
about
was
her.
secretly attracted.
I'm gonna
not
say
saying-
this about her because it's funny.
No, I
tough.
don't see.
Okay,
her.
I'm not anymore. I'm not anymore.
No,
I'll take it
I
for
mean
I'm
it's
not.
okay. Like if you,
Nope,
if you're
I'm not
into
anymore.
that whole like,
No, okay,
She's
not
pretty.
Fine, she's good looking. You can't sit there and be like, she is hideous. She is very good looking.
Yeah, I mean, she's
could she be
pretty.
more annoying? Absolutely not. Her nickname is Bird. If your nickname is Bird, you're annoying.
She looks like a
Alright.
bird, actually.
right?
And she's. I'm not big on the smoking either. So I don't
Okay,
really do smoke.
this is my thing about this whole
Break it
this
down.
whole situation
Break
right
it
here.
down.
Jessica and Anastasia. First of all, why the fuck do you have Jessica on this challenge? Okay. Secondly, they're probably the most two biggest annoying people to ever have put together. Okay. And thirdly, that's just a bunch of bullshit how they are really big ass rivals. There's no way they're that big of a rival.
Well-
There's no way. Yes, we've seen the whole Real World, whatever. But come on now. Like that
No.
was just to throw them in the mix.
Are you kidding? I think of a lot of people on this list. They're actually rivals. Remember when Bird went at her and
I
was
don't
like,
care though. That was just dumb.
okay, it might be
Bird.
dumb, but they don't like each other. They definitely don't like each other. And
I wouldn't
honestly,
want-
I don't.
yeah, I mean, I wouldn't
particularly
I feel like
care
they're
for
going to be
either.
first on the chopping block, and I'm not. I mean, I'm no.
No,
fool.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
No, not
Well,
if the
no,
guys are
actually, no, because
voting.
Anastasia's playing
Yeah.
it. I mean, you never know what she
I
slips.
forgot about the twist.
She
Yeah.
slips around
But
over there.
she kind of made it easy though, so I don't know if that's a good thing
I-
for her.
If
And I
girls
mean,
were
if
voting-
Jessica can do what she did on the Real World, she'll be there'll be a marriage on this challenge.
Yeah, and also they already have Marlon and
Good thing
Jordan
there's
over
no
there,
Walgreens around.
so they have
Good thing
friends.
There's no Walgreens around to be printing out no photos.
They and Tyler.
I just love her nickname's Bird.
Bird.
Fucking hilarious.
But it's funny because on the Real
Accent.
World, she was, she kind of seemed like a good, wholesome girl. And then I've been kind of following her with her music career.
Bird.
Bird.
She's trying to do music.
Yeah, and she's
I
trying.
mean, I don't know if we should go there.
Go ahead, Jesse. Go ahead.
And her whole personality is this sexy vixen that she gives off. I'm like, whoa, where was that on like she's like wearing the glasses and
I
the
know,
sexy
just
school
so
teacher.
confused.
All right.
She needs to be a little
YouTubing
curvier to
this
be
when I get home.
sexy.
Derek and Rob. Derek is the scrappy underdog, and I just,
Derek and Rob.
we went to the
I mean, I'm sorry, I just don't remember Rob. Like, I know he's like the redhead. Like,
St. Thomas.
I know, but like he's just, that's just weird that
You
he's
feel like he's
not a
not
memorable
memorable?
character. To
right.
you.
He's not memorable.
Well, him
Thank
without
you.
Marie is very hard to place.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh,
Remember that whole
right.
thing?
Yeah, I
So,
forgot about it,
like,
too.
since she's not here, I feel like it makes him more of a nothing.
Right.
And it's just like, yeah,
True.
they fought on the challenge, but didn't we see them in Vegas and they were like really
I
good
just
friends?
can't-
You were in
Yeah,
Vegas
they were
too.
Yes,
chummy.
yeah, and his mother
were
was
chilling,
there,
hanging
yeah,
out.
Yeah, they're chilling out. I can't believe Buta Murray has now cast 2 redheads, to be honest with you.
Oh, really?
Between that guy and Wes. I mean, come on. They gotta
That's
go
a
a different
lot.
direction. They gotta go, it's a little too much for me.
Firecrotch power, baby.
Hey, equal opportunity.
Okay.
It's a little too much for me with the redhead.
Then we have Paula and Emily. Paula is the funny girl, and Emily is the fitness guru.
Oh, Paula.
I mean, looks like a
Paula.
pretty good girl team.
Again, talk about a power team. Both of them are in kick-ass shape. I was really surprised with how kick-ass Paula's body actually looked.
I'm second. I was just gonna say that Paula actually came into this challenge looking fitter than she's ever looked.
Right.
So she's a sleeper for me.
All right.
I think she probably knew that she was going to be with Emily and was like, uh-oh, I got to get my ass in the gym. Fitness guru, help me out.
Well, let's hope so, because the last of the challenges have been rocky for her.
Yes.
All right, this next one never makes sense, even for the first rivals. Leroy with anybody, just he doesn't have a rival. Leroy's put up with Ty. Leroy's the lady man, and Ty is the loose cannon.
Really? That's oh my god.
I
But
believe that.
That team, yeah, that doesn't. That's not justified. The old
Again,
rivals.
I've
That'd be like me
seen
with
them
Leroy.
hanging out. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, doesn't
Like you're
work.
saying, with anybody with Leroy,
Doesn't work for me.
he's just a homie. He's buddies with everyone.
Oh, all right. And we have Mark's favorite team, which is Dunbar and Tyree.
Oh my god.
Dumb.
Just
Tell us how you feel about this team.
well, listen. Here you go. I love Tyree. I actually like Dunbar as a person, but it seems like there's always something that happens with Dunbar during these competitions where he totally shits the bed and just fails. And it just so happens it was in the first challenge. Like he usually lasts a while, but Dunbar is very smart. I sometimes think his coordination gets the best of him. But those two in the end, boy, they fucking turned out to be rivals.
Can you be more specific? Coordination.
Coordination, like literally.
Like he's not coordinated.
Yeah, put it this way. I tried to play tennis with Dunbar in New Zealand for a
You
duel
didn't.
too, and I never seen a grown man actually trip himself. So like it was like that kind of like he's just so big. Like if you said Dunbar run through that wall, he'd do that great. But if you just said juggle these 3 balls, he'd have a real hard time. So some of these are real agile related, these challenges, and he has a tough time with it.
So,
He's
but
not
puzzles,
very
he would be good, right?
coordinated.
Puzzles good, like, plotting out how to attack Russia with bombs. He'd be
Not-
absolutely fantastic. But, like, no, not with some of these, like, delicate challenges.
All right, speaking of
Not
delicate,
coordinated.
we have John A. Mixed up with the one, the only, as I like to call her, the nanny.
The nanny.
Then, Anne.
The nan.
John A was quick temper. I didn't see what Nani was.
Not she was no.
Nani was,
Oh, she was quick
Nani,
temper.
Nani was I'll cut a bitch. I think that was her nickname.
Oh, that was serious.
Again, I don't really see. I mean, even talking to John A about this, she was like, "We don't really know why we were put together." Again, she did say something about her on AfterBuzz, but other than that, she's
You
like,
guys are starting some shit here.
I know. We really are.
No big deal.
It's a
No, and
platform everybody can like air their shit out.
And Nani
Right.
was only a quick fuse when like she got pissed off. It
Yeah.
wasn't like she walked around with a quick fuse. It was like people like attacked her and she attacked back. So I don't get that either.
Right.
we have Jazz and Teresa. Again,
Whatever.
Wait.
Sure.
that was like a Nicki Minaj moment for life.
Moving
it happened.
on. Yeah.
Frank and Johnny. Frank, the outspoken one, and Johnny, the 4-time challenge champ.
Twitter feuds.
That's so crazy that they really brought
I mean,
The
wouldn't it
internet
kind of have been
into
better if
the
they
show.
put Frank and Dustin from the last challenge?
Yeah.
that would have been good. But I mean, I kind of like, because I feel like this is kind of making Johnny a little bit kind of like not insecure, but it's not putting him on a pedestal.
He
you know,
has
he
to work
has
with
to
a rookie.
actually work with somebody who's new to challenges, kind of, and who's kind of not afraid to stand up to Johnny. So I feel like Johnny is feeling like a little like, ooh.
You know what I didn't like about it though was the whole Twitter feed showed how Johnny was like, if I was on the challenge, you wouldn't have won, and now he can't prove that wrong because they're working together.
Right.
So I would have thought it would be better to pair Frank with somebody like Dustin, have Johnny be there, and then they could have beefed it out.
Who would have been a good person for Johnny to be teamed up with? What do you think, Mark?
You see, if you go back in the day, though, I think CT's a perfect choice. Like, I still don't get the Wes and CT thing, and I actually agree with you guys. The Johnny thing, it's a little stretching to say it's a Twitter battle because obviously everyone said, I would be great at this challenge because I'm not on it. I mean,
Right.
even Kenny and Evan do that sometimes. So, a little weird for me there.
Could
But
you
yeah.
imagine Johnny and CT on a team though?
Oh,
That
it'd
would
be
kind of be
hilarious.
like I kind of feel like they would bulldoze
They
everybody.
would both just be like this the whole time. So what y'all trying to say?
Yo, bro.
Like,
Yo, bro.
we're gonna win this shit.
bro.
What's up?
All right, and then we have. I mean, there's so many damn people on
I
this
know.
damn show.
16.
16 teams of 2. Is that
Yeah.
right?
Naomi and Cook, pro soccer player in the Diva.
She better Zoe.
All right, let's stretch Armstrong
I
for
mean,
that
but
one.
not really anymore. So we just have the pro soccer player left.
Right.
Naomi.
Knight and Preston, glamorous
Oh my
NYC boy and the troublemaker.
This team is going to be
Oh, nice.
Night and
very
Preston.
delicate to watch.
Yeah, well.
It just makes no sense. Like it's just
No.
Jemmy and Camellia.
Camilla, yeah.
Camilla, sorry.
Chameleon.
Chameleon.
Party girl and the Brazilian hothead.
How do you think about this team?
That's I believe that.
Because
Who's her
we all
partner?
know she's a really good competitor, but how do you feel about
Who's-
Jemmy?
Who is that?
Who?
Did they?
Jimmy.
Here's the deal, though. Do they even have a history? These two?
I mean, I guess they're going off of the challenge with that one little.
Yeah,
Little
yeah.
blow up?
They had a
Bicker.
little tiff.
That was dumb.
I don't know. I could see them having a future history, like if that makes any sense. You know, a future
Well,
issue.
I've been seeing them tweet pictures and BFF shit, so
Oh.
it must not have went that bad.
Well, I feel
All
like
right.
Camilla could have had somebody better. Like I feel like she's gotten into fights with like so many other
Hey,
people.
I know who would have been Johnny's perfect partner, Camilla.
Yeah.
That would have been the fucking rivals team right there.
Yeah.
Well,
'Cause
they'll
they went
probably
at
save
it.
that for exit. Well, they already did that.
They did exes.
Yeah.
I know, it just would have been great.
Sarah and Trishelle. I
was,
think.
was Trishelle even on this episode?
Yeah.
Yeah, I really didn't
Oh,
see her.
Trishelle.
She was in the back.
Sarah's a free spirit.
Yeah.
Marlon and Jordan, which this should be interesting. Again, I'm pretty sure they're kind of cool, but I mean, we
Right.
know how they both are, so
They
they're
both
both
said
going to
they're
blow
cool,
up
yeah.
with each other. The overachiever and Marlon, the aspiring rapper.
Oh,
Alright.
nice.
All
Maybe
right.
we'll get to hear some music.
Now they're playing for $350,000.
But that's the total sum.
And go ahead, break it down. For
Okay, so here we go. If you come in first place as a team,
she ain't
you win 125,000.
$125,000.
Right. If you come in second place, you win 35,000.
Yeah.
And if you come in third, you win 15. But that's for the team, not the person.
And Mark, fourth place gets what was it?
A set of steak knives
There we go.
to use at your leisure.
And
No,
a
but
gift certificate to
it's-
Omaha Steak.
Yeah, but they always say it's the biggest cash prize ever. It breaks down. They're each getting about 60.
Yeah.
Then you got to throw taxes in. So you know what?
And that's
So
first place.
lying.
it's a nice month. So it's not
But what
like
did they say? This could change your life.
forever.
Hold on. So 350. So they really only get 60 grand
Yeah.
after everything.
After the winners are going to get not even that because you got to pay taxes on that. So the winners probably get about 45.
Yeah. So you buy yourself a nice car and you call it a day, which is actually what
keep
all the winners
pushing.
So
seem to
you
do.
stretch it out to your next challenge.
So what's the? I mean, honestly, obviously we know what the point of going in for, but is the point really going for that money, or is it going for the money but also keeping yourself relevant within the challenge and the real world family?
Well, now Bunemery finally stepped up, and the veterans, if you've done 4 or more challenges, actually we get paid a little chunk to go.
Really?
So like Dunbar was saying, Dunbar cashed in
Got
and was
his
there
check.
for 3 days at home, and everything was fine. So you actually make a little more when you get called back. So I feel like a lot of the people try to stay relevant to get called back. But now the thing that's so different is
You get paid per episode or you get paid just to go?
just to go. Whether you get kicked off the first week, you actually do make a bonus if you stay later, but in the
wow.
beginning, the first 4 weeks, everyone gets paid the same.
Really?
But the thing is it's so specific now with the formats that it wasn't like before where they were like, the gauntlet and they could just pick teams. It's literally you have to have kind of a detailed storyline like X's or rivals. So that's the twist they have been doing because people can identify with it a little more and care. So it's interesting how they'll do the next one.
Yeah, because I mean, we can't keep doing rivals,
And
X's,
X's and-
rivals.
You know what they're ready for?
What's
a
that?
nice fat dual 3. That's everyone on their own,
Yeah.
watching their own shit.
Or even to go back to like Cutthroat, or just to bring something old school back.
Yeah.
I'd like to just see people like do it themselves, like on their own.
Or bring in some fresh meat.
I mean, some of the fans, they brought up that they'd like to see another fresh meat, which would be really interesting because then that's adding a
Right.
whole
Right.
new
I think
slew of people.
I think that's not going to happen.
right.
No.
yeah,
I
because
don't
you're
see that
like
happening.
in love with all the vets, being one yourself, so you don't want anybody fresh meat in there.
Fresh meat, what?
All right, so like you said, the storylines for this season, I mean, they really went heavy. Before we even got to the challenge, it was like I felt like I was watching the real world. We have CT, who's like being the player up in the house, checking out all the girls, flirting with them all, giving them rules, saying no pooping in your own room,
Yeah, that's definitely rule.
closed door policy,
No food.
and then no eating in the bedrooms.
Because the bugs, yeah.
Well, what others are there? Like, are there really rules that you guys have gone throughout the season? Just kind of knowing, being like, all right, guys.
Well,
like,
the no door, the shut the door thing is because we only have AC in our rooms, so then it's fucking hot as shit. So like
Okay.
that's a no. We've had screaming matches with the girls that would come in the room and then leave and just leave the door open. Dunbar used to flip the fuck out talking about Dunbar.
I believe that.
But then just the food, because then the food gets bugs. Like it's just simple. No one should shit in the toilet.
But who
Go to
makes
the
these
furthest one.
rules?
It's just kind of like an understood thing, you know. If there's a bathroom here, you go outside and you take a dump. You don't do the one inside. It's just common knowledge.
all right.
Wow. Don't let me
So
be on
listen,
that
if you guys
challenge,
gotta
okay.
go poo, you go outside.
Okay, those rules to me seemed understandable, but CT yelling at Marlon for breaking glass, like, is that a rule?
I think that
no
was
breaking
just
glass or you're kicked
alcohol.
out.
That was definitely alcohol.
That was
and
peacockery, showing
Yeah.
the feathers as a man.
manning up.
Peacockery.
Yeah, so CT is flirting with
Sad.
Anastasia throughout the whole episode.
And everybody else in the house.
and everybody else, but he has a special little something for. He's kind of bouncing between Diem and
Well,
Anastasia.
Okay, because him and Diem have a past, and everybody loves CT and Diem. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm one of those. Okay, I love them. All right, so I will watch whatever it is as long as they're on the screen together.
How could you say he's
Die-hard fan
bouncing
of them,
between
too.
CT and DM? If you are a girl on the show and you think he's going to pick you over DM any of these days, you are sadly mistaken. And that goes for Jessica, who is swooning over him, Anastasia. It doesn't matter. He has a history with her, and they're head over heels for each other,
Well-
whether together or not. And she's a cutie pie.
Well, let's
though she's-
correct that real quick. It's not bouncing back and forth. It's playing around. Like
Right.
he's obviously
Yeah, of
playing with
course.
Anastasia's.
He's
Wasn't
smart.
she single fun girl? What was her
Vixen.
title?
Vixen.
And she said,
Newly
"I'm
single
single and just
Vixen.
having fun." All right.
I just
We
don't
see
think
that. You need to calm down. We see
You're making
that
it
girl.
real clear.
Bird is lucky that the girls don't get a vote on her, because when you walk into the house and you're a newbie and you go after one of the girls' longtime exes,
Mind you,
They will attack.
Are you dumb? Are you dumb?
so
You don't want to win. You
dumb.
clearly don't want to win.
And
no
it's
matter
CT,
no
like,
matter
come
how
on,
cute
like-
CT is, no matter what he bats his eyes at you, are you dumb? Look at him, play along, say ha, go away.
But this is what it really is.
here for the money.
I'm sure Anastasia watched these challenges and probably always had a crush on CT, and she was like, "This is my moment."
That's how it
cares?
works.
Do you
That
get
is
what
how
I'm
it
saying,
works.
though? Like
Oh,
that-
I've been there. I've been that
And
guy.
he's a plenty. All right, well, there we go.
Like, the only reason I joined the real world was so I could find you.
It's so stupid. You know,
Oh my God, that's so
Kind of. Wait, but honestly, and it's funny because you know how MTV edits everything. And I don't know if you guys saw, but when CT walked in one of the clips, because who knows when CT flirted with Anastasia,
Right.
and they're
Right,
just
yeah.
adding in. But when CT walked in, I think it was Dunbar in front or Knight, and he was like, "No stalking. You have to have your restraining order." And Bird kept coming in to like try and do it, and every time Knight would put up his hand, it's
that scene
kind of
was
like.
really awkward. Diem was there too.
That was an awkward moment
kind
of the
of
show.
feel like Bird might have been a little.
It doesn't matter. Have a crush.
Bird.
Obviously,
Yes.
girls get crushes. Have a crush if you want. Think he's hot. Get your head in the game. This isn't the real world. This is a challenge.
But that's what I'm saying.
And
She's a
also-
girl though, and she was probably like, "Yeah." this is gonna
But
be my
don't get
moment."
played.
don't get played, honey.
2 seasons in a row. You got looked upon crazily in the last season. In your season of Real World, don't do it. with
Learn
this
from your
one.
mistakes.
I think the interesting about this show now knowing, because I think if the girls had to vote, she'd be right up there first.
Right.
But I wonder who the guys are going to go for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's going to be interesting next week.
Right. I mean, hopefully they go for like the weakest link or somebody.
Try not to make waves.
Yeah.
Oh come
Yeah.
on! The guys were trying to make waves.
So who would be the weakest link then?
I don't know. That's the next week. I'm already excited to watch because I have no idea who the guys are going to pick.
Yeah, I don't know.
Jazz
either.
and Teresa?
What a relief! The guys are just sitting back, chilling next week. God,
I
I'd like to be there.
really think. Oh my God! And you know how butthurt
Cooking whoever she
Anastasia
with.
will get if she's like goes in. Like, what if like CT was like, "I want you guys to go in."
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
she'd
going
be
to
like,
vote you, boo.
Although honestly, I could see the guys putting Anastasia and Jessica in because that's an alliance already. You know, Anastasia's not going to vote against CT.
And you know she ain't gonna have nobody voting for her. Like,
right. So it's kind of
Going to
like
be interesting, guys.
brush
let's
them
just be
under.
real.
We got a quick scene of Tyree sleeping on the toilet, taking a shit. That was interesting.
Oh yeah.
He's breaking rule number 1.
Tyree, no, listen. Tyree loves to get challenges, and he just boozes, dude, a lot. Because I think it's just he just has it at his, whenever he wants it, and he fucking loves it. So
But I
God
hear they
bless him.
cut you off. I hear that you only get a certain amount of bottles.
They'll but here's the deal: if you start early and you crush it early, you can get passed out on the toilet pretty fast.
Okay.
Not saying from
See?
experience, but I'm just saying he had a good night that night. Good Tyree, good for him.
Good for him.
for
I'm,
him.
I'm on that
Yeah,
team.
I wouldn't be able to like really binge drink like that because I would not be able to do no challenge the next day. Like when I drink one night, I'll know the next day I'm sleeping in bed the entire time.
Yeah, you're screwed.
Well, you're not allowed to
There's
drink
no
within
way.
You have to
24
rally.
hours.
That's the problem.
of
You
the
have to
challenge.
rally.
That is crazy.
Aren't you not allowed to drink within 24 hours of competing?
No, well, usually how it works is we'll compete on Monday and Tuesday, and then Wednesday you're totally off, and then Thursday and Friday you compete. So
have
there's
a
then
So you
can,
Saturday
like,
and Sunday
party,
you're
like,
totally off.
Tuesdays.
You can big party nights are like Tuesday, Friday, Saturday are huge party nights in the house.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you get a day. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I could probably.
And the partying looked like a lot of fun this
And
this season.
honestly, you'll do a challenge on a Monday, and then sometimes they do elimination on a Tuesday. So then
you
in
can
that
party
case,
on
you're like,
Monday.
I'm off for 2 fucking days.
Right. Oh, okay.
Pow.
See.
That's my jam.
Yeah, it's great.
Play.
When you're not on the block, everyone's like, this is awesome. We got 2 days. And they love it. They relish it. They have 2 more days there.
Oh my god! And then the people who have to go into the
Oh, it
thing, they're like
sucks.
so mad.
It sucks. It sucks.
All right, let's talk about the first challenge we had tonight. It was they have to hang 30 feet above the water, and your partner has to jump off a plank into your arms, and you have to hold them for 15 seconds.
Sounds awesome.
Initially, it does sound like it would be kind of fun.
It's a hugging exercise.
It was a hugging.
Here's what
They
I
want
was
to get to know
confused
each other
about.
better.
I was confused whether you wanted to be the jumper or the person catching, like where you wanted your stronger player.
What would you be?
I definitely would catch.
Probably
I
the
can't jump
jumper.
first.
I think I'd want to be the jumper too, because you're
No.
kind of like you have your own fate there, kind of.
And it would really depend on who my partner was because, I mean, let's just say me and Mark were partner. I'm not catching him. He's a big guy.
I'd let you
catching
jump.
him.
I'd let you jump, dude.
I would have
I'm
to.
trying to think
That's
what I would
so
do.
sweet.
I think.
Good buddy.
You would have
Okay.
to jump.
I don't know. I think I would.
I would catch you. I would definitely catch you.
I would just die laughing at Nicolette doing this entire situation.
Because me even jumping. Okay, first of all, I'm not trying to break no teeth. No, like,
You're like,
there'd be no time. I'd just be like, ah, like bitches would just hate
she'd
me.
jump and probably went right in the water. She's like this.
I'd be like, just kidding.
I mean, there were some people that just it didn't look right as far as their team went. Like Anissa jumping.
I just wouldn't want to
Bird
be
jumping,
there.
she's just too long. She's too
Well,
long to jump.
but with that, they
jumping is
probably
good to
thought-
be long. Yeah, I know. I don't
Her
know.
arm length would.
She just looked like a bird flying.
Cannot
She
do
didn't
that,
have
though.
good wing.
No, she
span.
did not. She looked like an ostrich flying. Well, let's be real.
Okay, ostriches don't fly.
Right,
Okay.
exactly. But we find out that the girls are safe this week. So no matter what, the only thing that
relief.
can happen is
I
one
know.
team is going to win $1,000.
Yeah.
500 each. Yeah.
Yes. I love when you
What?
break it down like that. 500 each. Woo. Party. Tax
So
that shit.
they jump off the platform first round, and all the girls made it.
yeah.
Very surprising. That
Guys
was.
were very impressed with that.
Round 2, we have the only girls that made it was Janae, Nani, Emily, and Paula, Anissa, and Dia.
Okay.
That was a pretty.
I was surprised with Anissa and DM.
Same here.
That excited me.
Yeah.
Go Anissa.
Well, Diem's really
I know she
always
is,
been a
but
pretty tough competitor.
I don't know. Anissa just seems
She
like
be
Listen,
struggling sometimes.
When you're an exotic dancer,
Yeah, you
have
got to
be
jump
limber.
up to that pole.
You gotta be
know?
good with that with
I
your
love
legs.
Anissa.
You know what I'm
but
saying?
apparently not good enough because. Wah, wah.
Round 3, we have Janae and Nani, Emily, and Paula. Go, Janae.
Yeah, totally. That team really kicked
That was
butt.
a shocker, I think.
Yeah, they were great. Like little scrappy thing. Mm-hmm. I was into it.
Okay.
On top of it, it's interesting. Let's just talk about Janae going into this battle. She's kind of already a little feeling awkward in the house with the whole Zach situation. They had just kind of broken up. He had kind of really screwed her over in
Damn.
between everything. So to be put back into the house, I mean, we see how CT and DM deal with it. I mean, Janae's kind of been quiet
Yeah,
this episode.
I think it's good though. I mean, DM and CT, I mean, they can't really help that. And I feel like producers kind of like push that a little
Yeah.
bit more with DM and CT because they know that will probably give them good ratings.
They at least show it in the edit. I'll say that. Those two do basically what they want, but when they do come around each other, they aren't afraid to air it. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think that you can say John A. and Zach have been quiet. We've had one episode, you know, like.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
know.
never know.
Yeah,
I
we
never
very
know.
well could see them next week, and they probably want to stretch out the drama from the exes in this. So even if it happens sooner or later.
So it will be interesting. But I mean, as far as competition goes, she seems like she has her head in the game.
Yeah,
so.
yeah,
Well, go ahead, girl.
Round 4, Paula and Emily end up winning. So congratulations to them. They got their $1,000. But it was also funny when earlier in, I think it was round 2, when Bird didn't catch on to Jessica. Jessica says, Bird needs to get it together.
and looked
Like,
so.
Jessica, I can't with
I
you.
know.
Like, if she
Because
does
Jessica
that-
seems like such a better jumper.
Yeah.
She,
right. Like,
You know what I mean? Good Lord.
all right, let's
Lord.
go to the boys. Round 1, all the teams made it again. So round 2, we Dunbar and Tyree fell down, which you kind of weren't too surprised by.
Which is what sends them home.
I
You
called it.
did.
You know?
Round 3, Leroy and Ty fall down.
There is no excuse for that one.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Here's the thing. I think that Leroy is such a fierce competitor, and he does this whole bodybuilding thing. We love him here, but I don't understand why I feel like a lot of times he doesn't compete.
because he gets a shitty partner.
But I don't feel like Ty is a shitty partner.
I feel like he is.
I mean, Ty made it to the end.
I
and-
know, but I just feel like there's something about him that there's a struggle. Like, I
I
don't
feel
know.
like he's sometimes hit or miss.
Yeah.
I feel like he's sometimes really fired up and will go above and beyond. And sometimes I feel like, he doesn't really.
And
care
actually, that is true because remember when he was teamed up with Emily, that was her problem with it.
Yeah.
She could always deliver, and
I watched that first.
Right.
That
So
was a good one.
so we're deciding it's Ty. Ty, get your shit together.
get your.
He'll step it up. He'll step it up.
Round 4, I mean, we all kind of thought it was a little maybe played or kind of set
Look
up.
fake.
Only Trey and Zach win, and thankfully, to Zach because he's
Zach literally
honestly-
lifted the kid from the
He was like,
hell
going
up.
nowhere. Like, but I love the fact that Trey was like, even though I could see how he get on people's nerves, but I just love the fact that he was like, I mean, I can jump, jump far, I can jump.
Thanks for trusting me, bro.
Like, I know, like,
but he looks like a
No,
little
I like-
Wolverine, like he would be able to
He's
jump.
so
I like
cute. I
that.
love it.
I
No,
like
I
that he's
love
stuck
it.
to his convictions there, you know. And sometimes when
Yeah.
somebody's questioning you so much, you don't want to let them down, so you're just like, no, you can do it, you know. But he was like, I can do this, and then he did it. So
I know, that
Varsity
made me so
football
happy.
players are great
Okay.
jumpers.
yes,
There you go.
So
of course.
They are.
All right, so now we find out that, well, we didn't find out then, but and Preston being so happy that he had made that jump too,
Right.
that was a good moment for
You
Preston.
do that, Preston.
God bless him.
His purple hair looked great
Rooting for
flying through
you.
the air.
Purple hair don't care.
Yeah, don't.
All right, so now they're all worried because they don't know who's voting anybody in. Tyree says he wants to face Johnny and Frank. He says, "Eff it, if I'm going to go into this, I want to go
Face
against
the champion.
The champion."
Arr.
Smart, bold move of him. Kind
I
of.
mean, he
These
went
guys
home
never had a
anyway,
shot.
so.
No.
No, it's like, this might have been his moment. He never had a shot.
Now, why do you think CT went so hard with, let's put him in with Johnny and Frank?
Because he's a quick draw McGraw, dude.
Yeah.
He's very passionate and thinks with his heart sometimes rather than his mind, which we love him for. But God, he really made some waves early.
In all fairness, CT was like, this wasn't my idea, and it wasn't. It was Tyree's. You know, he approached him. But at the same time, CT, you should have just shut it down right then. Been like, no, this is too soon. And Tyree would have been like, okay. The fact that Tyree felt he could go to CT means that he knows CT's made decisions like this in the past because he, like you're saying, he's thinks with his heart, you know,
Right.
or whatever it is. And I just think that it might not come back to bite him in the ass because it is CT and the girls are voting, so who really cares right now? But he didn't know that at the time.
But the way CT is running this game right now, I think the girls are all gonna hate him.
If they ever are smart enough to talk to each other, yes, but you know, girls are dumb.
That is true. They're all like, oh.
You know, and they
Oh,
keep it
you
all secret.
girls.
He's like, shh,
You
don't tell
ladies.
anybody, and everybody's like, okay.
But it's so funny because it's like you guys have seen CT do this almost every challenge,
Right.
and it's just like, let's just fall in, let's just go in and be like swooned by him. I can't.
Well,
Yeah, I can't.
He's just
And guess what? Diem, for as much as she sees that and probably hates him, has such a sweet spot for him. She'll rally to keep him for a while.
Oh,
Trust me.
Right. No, yeah.
Which is fun. It's fun for the show.
And
you know?
she's kind of one of the top dogs on the female
yeah, definitely.
side. Sarah wants to put Rob and Derek in because she's had the least communication with them.
it's just very PC of her, you know.
Knight says a lot of the guys want Johnny and Frank, and everyone thinks CT is dumb. And I would definitely want, I know you guys have been watching us and you guys are probably saying, where the hell is the Steamer? Well, we have Steve the Steamer on right now. What up, Steamer?
Not much. How's it going, Jesse?
Pretty good.
Steamer coming in hot.
What's up?
Steamer's pissed. He came into the studio last week because MTV was supposed to air Rivals last week, so you guys all could have had your chance to see him, but he actually didn't want to be on camera.
Describe
anyway, so.
Steamer. What are we dealing with here
You're
visually?
Amazing.
tall.
Visually.
Dark and
I just
handsome.
seen him. I was like, oh, you the Steamer.
Steamer is our Mr. Wilson.
I have a picture with Steamer.
You know
Oh, you
who
did?
Yeah, I
he
do.
reminds me of?
Who?
I'll think about it later.
All right. Steamer.
Good one.
All right, Steamer and Mark. I want to know what you guys think about this. Who
So
would you?
us.
Right, ladies.
Plug your ears. Plug
Because
your
the
ears.
girls got to pick it in the end, but I want to know what the guys would have thought if you guys were on the guy team. Who would you have thrown in against Tyree and what's his name, Dunbar?
From a guy standpoint?
Yeah,
Steamer,
if
go
you
for
were
it
in
first.
there, if you were playing the
first.
game, and it was the guys.
I don't know. I think I would like to see Johnny in there. I mean, obviously you don't want to make the big move right away. It's something that they rarely do on the show. But going back to like Fresh Meat 2, they did it to Darrell, and they ended up getting him home. So take a shot early, see if you could take out one of the big pieces.
You know what I'd probably do, just because if I was there, I'm more of a believer of, I like hanging out with the people that I hang out with, and it's like a little mini vacation. So I probably would have went with someone that I didn't really know that well, probably one of the new cats, because
Makes sense.
in the end, I would enjoy their time better.
So probably Trey and Marlon.
Probably
I mean, not Trey, Marlon and
No, I know
Jordan.
No, you know who? Probably Jordan and Marlon, just because I've never met them and didn't really catch much of their show. So that would be my vote.
All right, and girls, what about you?
Honestly,
TJ Lavin.
yeah. No, I probably would have sent in Derek and Rob.
Derek and Rob?
Yeah. To be honest, I mean, when I think about it, like if I was Jessica, I would have gone hard at CT, knowing that like he probably would have destroyed the game for me and my teammate. But I would hope that I have a teammate who's smart enough not to fall for him. And Wes just pisses me off in general. But in the end, I probably would have sent in Derek and Rob.
Why do you hate Wes? I love him.
I don't know, but if you're gonna go with the approach that you want to take out a Top Gun, instead of sending in somebody as big as Johnny, I would have sent in Zach and Trey,
Ooh.
which I guess you
won.
can't because they won.
So, all right.
Valid point,
We
Steamer.
find out that it's going to be opposite teams voting everybody in, which
Yeah.
kind of
Twist.
throws everything up there.
A wrench.
And Derek and Rob, they got 5 votes. So,
Sorry. Sorry, you're going to the jungle.
so Rob and Derek versus Tyree and Dunbar. Johnny's pissed at CT, like, you're making rookie mistakes.
like, calm
Bad
down.
move, bro.
It's
Yeah.
not that serious. Like, we all know we're gonna be here
went
for
too
a
hard too
while.
early.
And CT came out and expressed, like, dude, you broke your promise last time. Like, of course I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Which I can understand that because last challenge, I mean, Johnny said, we're going to stick together. And then he kind of knocked and he was like, oh, well, since I'm in the front, peace. So I
Bottom
get it.
line is, I don't think they'll ever truly get along truly. Exes,
believe
I mean, the exes, they got along, but not, it was just to an extent. So I don't think they'll
just
ever get
too
along.
masculine
Yeah,
and
two
too-
Brahma bulls, you know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So before we get to the actual jungle challenge, we go into Club Sweat, which is.
I couldn't tell if there's a sweat spelled wrong
thought
or
it was
wet,
wet.
with a little swirly
I
thing.
think it was wet with a lightning bolt,
I think it was wet.
maybe.
Looked more like a wave.
It sounds better if it was club wet.
And really, the
Sweat.
only thing that
I wouldn't want to go into a club that's sweaty.
really the only thing that happened there was the CT and Bird thing up against the closet wall,
Secret.
legs up,
Yeah,
and
secret
everything.
camera.
I like that they made their own club though. That was clever.
She says that's why I like you, because you're a little jerk. If you're one of those girls that says that, Jesus
Well,
Christ.
my thing is like, we had Bird on the show, and she talked about dating these kind of guys, and now here you are on the challenge, which I get when she came on
Hey,
the
there's
show.
a pattern
It
there,
was
bro.
after no,
There's a
that's
pattern.
Yeah, when she came on the show, it was after this already happened, which makes me think things didn't go so well.
Oh, and another thing that happened is shout out to Naomi. She ended up getting a
Yes.
phone call
Oh, yeah.
finding out that her dad
Had
was having a heart failure and he's in the hospital. I actually really love this moment just in general for
oh, yeah,
this
that
show.
was a good moment. We didn't touch
The way
on
that
it.
Cook dealt with it was phenomenal. Not
Yeah.
that I would expect anything less, because what are you going to say when somebody says that to you?
Right.
But you
It
know,
wasn't even an option for Cook. She was like, "Oh, I mean,
I
girl,
was
like,
And
desperately
especially
hoping.
when usually, like, even when you had partners before, like, TJ will just send you home.
Really,
He's like,
yeah.
Yeah.
it's partner game your home. It's good for them for stepping up and bringing someone in. Hopefully,
Well, I
someone
think
cool.
if something goes down, like somebody hits somebody else, that's different than.
Well, no, because remember, what's his name? Leroy and Adam. Adam went home because he punched Ty,
Yeah, but
and then they brought in Mike.
last season, I forgot who hit somebody else, but the entire team went Sarah and.
Wasn't
Vinny.
that was later? Wasn't that
Yeah.
later on in the
Vincenzo.
episode?
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah, it was
right.
later on.
I mean, yeah, it's the
It was like the
first.
second episode.
Yeah,
Oh.
crazy shit.
Oh.
Interesting. So hopefully, Naomi, everything's going good with you. And then we get Frank, who's pissed at CT. Naomi goes home. Cook's going to get a new partner. And we go to the jungle.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this was called Last Chance.
Yep.
This was a pretty. I love this one. I remember, was it last season with you said Zach and CJ?
yeah.
One of. I mean, we
Great.
were like screaming like it was the damn Super Bowl in our seats. So this is. I'm glad that this is going to be one of the reoccurring challenges.
It's always a great challenge when they do stuff like that.
And we get Derek. Poor Derek. We didn't even think he was going to stand a chance.
I know. We were all like, they're done. They're done.
Boy was lightning.
Yeah.
You know, like he was little and maneuvered and quick and killed it.
But the curse of Dunbar happened again, guys.
Round 1, Derek got the bell. Round 2, Tyree thought, you know what? Let me grab him, hold him, stall him a little bit. And Dunbar went for it.
And missed the bell.
Okay, had Dunbar not
It's
missed,
such tragedy. It really is. It's like a tragic movie.
I think it's.
Dunbar.
I would go with comedy, but tragedy works
Tragic
too.
and comedic.
Had
all
Dunbar not missed that time, and there had been a third round, who do we think would have won?
Oh, I don't
I
know.
still think Derek.
You still think Derek?
Yeah. I think he's small enough and just he can maneuver himself. Where
Dunbar's just
Dunbar's
like,
big, yeah,
Lumbering.
If I were Tyree, I would have been just as pissed as he was afterwards.
Oh,
for
God.
sure.
But hold up.
They need to do Rivals 3 fast and they're
Right.
already back on.
Because
Yeah.
shout out to Rob because he did a great job keeping
yeah.
Tyree. Because I was a little nervous for Rob
me
for a little
too.
bit.
I think Dunbar, though, said it best. He's like, we never had a chance at winning this thing anyway.
Yeah.
I might as well take my check and go home early.
Which is kind of why I also think Cook was so cool with the Naomi thing. It was like, girl, we ain't gonna come on.
Yeah.
We already got
Save me the
paid.
time.
Like,
Save me the time. I'll get some postcards at the airport.
so Rob and Derek win. Tyree's real pissed. We get party
I got
time.
nothing to say.
CT starts dancing with Diem. I wonder how Bird feels about that.
Well, Bird was sitting at the table getting yelled at by Johnny.
Johnny.
Like,
I love that
oh, look.
moment.
We were talking about the girls that can't think in the house, and then you showed up. That's
Classic
the
Johnny
line.
Bananas. Classic Johnny Bananas.
Salted. I mean, I wanted to say the same thing, and like literally wanted to just
And I wonder
kiss Johnny
how
on the cheek for
dumb
it.
she felt. Like, you're a newbie and you really just got, oh my God. I
Played.
can't.
You got served,
You got
Literally.
girl.
Oh,
All right, so I want to
bad
give a
luck.
shout out to everybody at home watching us. Before we wrap up, we have a couple of little quick games we're going to play here at the on the
no.
challenge. But before we do that, I want to give a shout out to you guys at home who have been following us for, I don't even know how many years we've been doing this.
25 years.
Well, we have.
No.
Emily,
No, I'm talking about.
But you guys hit us up on YouTube, iTunes. We appreciate it. But please continue to support us on iTunes by subscribing, leaving us comments on iTunes. It's free. It helps us out here at AfterBuzz, as well as also supporting the other content that we here at AfterBuzz create for you guys. You guys can check out our other platform called Black Hollywood Live, as well as the creators of AfterBuzz, Maria Menounos and Kevin Undergaro, have created a movie called The Adventures of Serial Buddies. You guys can purchase it on iTunes. It's hilarious. There's tons of celebrities in it, and it just helps support us here at AfterBuzz for giving you guys this free content. So please check out The Adventures of Serial Buddies. So we're gonna do a challenge here today.
Smell more.
I want Steamer to narrate this as it's happening.
Now, before we do that,
I'm really nervous.
we're gonna play. Of course, we have to do the. I mean, everyone knows. Stump the Steamer! The infamous challenge game that we here at AfterBuzz ask you guys at home to send us questions to stump the steamer. So we're going to. Oh, I hope I can open my Twitter feed up. All right, well, maybe we'll hold on to that in a second as that loads. Before we get to that steamer, apparently Phil wants you to narrate what we're about to do here. So we
It might be a little bit tough because there is like a 20-second delay with Steamer watching, and this challenge is only 20 seconds.
So
let's give it a whirl.
Phil, how about you
Yeah.
narrate for us?
And so every week we're going to have a challenge. So are you guys
Yeah, Jesse,
excited?
explain the premise. So, like the challenge, we are doing our challenge.
Yeah. Yes.
Which Jesse picks every week, and this week apparently it has something to do with
this week I
marshmallows.
picked it. Next week, I want the fans at home to pick us what you think the challenge should be for next
And
week.
please
Can
don't
we
make
do
it
one at a
anything
time?
wrong.
Nudity is encouraged.
Absolutely not. We aren't covered for that here on
So he
After.
was here, not expecting afterwards.
So Phil's gonna time us for 20 seconds.
You can't do it like that.
Each one of us
I can
has
do it however I
a
want.
full bag of marshmallows.
Oh, yes.
And we have 20 seconds to fit
But
as
your
many
opening was good.
marshmallows into our mouth before the 20 seconds is up. No chewing, no swallowing.
Just complete stuffage,
Just
right?
complete stuffing. We have 20 seconds.
Wait. Do we have to go one at a time?
Hey, can we please get like a countdown? Like 10
yeah,
seconds
that's
left?
all up to
5,
Phil.
4,
Oh,
I'll play some music.
Do I have to go one
And
at
it
a
has
time?
to be one by one, yes.
Wait, they're all stuck together,
So
Jess.
You better start unstucking.
All right, so 20 seconds,
Hold on.
as many as you can. We're not going to tell you who wins today. You guys are going to have to come back next week to see who won the challenge.
So hold them and then we'll count them after. Okay?
There we go.
Hold them.
In your mouth, yes.
All right,
You hold
Phil,
it in your
you can
mouth.
tell us when to go.
No, I'm not ready.
Come on,
I am.
step it up.
On the
Okay.
count of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. My sound effect failed. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Counting way too fast. 15, 16, 17, 18. For those of you on iTunes, come over to YouTube. 17, 18, 19, 19, 19, and 20.
All right.
so gross.
That's absolutely disgusting.
That was so gross.
Yours does not count. You have them hanging down your mouth.
I just ate one.
All right.
We're gonna have to go with better challenges.
And now, your AfterBuzz
You
TV.
guys, what do I look like right now?
You look like Bird.
You look like Brad after CT's situation.
Oh my God.
I don't even know if I can count them. It's such a blob.
No, we're gonna count them after the show. So shout out to you guys at home. If you guys have a challenge for us, you guys can hit us up on Twitter. Hit up AfterBuzz on
Oh,
Twitter. Let us know, and we'll do that next week.
Kind of tasty though.
Ooh, all right,
Get
Steamer.
you.
I apologize. I cannot open my Twitter feed for some whatever reason. So Steamer, before we go. We want the quick Steamer rundown of the challenge this season. What do you expect? Who do you expect to win? And what are some moments that you're excited for?
I don't know, I'm just happy it's back. But for winners, I think I have to go with Johnny and Frank, which sucks since I don't really mind Johnny anymore, but I just will never like Frank. He's just such a douchebag.
Oh.
But I just think they're the best team there, unfortunately. I'm rooting for Leroy, but I just don't think they have it in them.
Where do you?
For the girls, I
the
think
girls.
it's going to be Emily and Paula.
Yeah.
And I hate
Too
rooting
strong,
for Paula,
too strong.
but
Yeah, I agree.
whatever.
For sure.
All right, guys. We want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you guys follow us on AfterBuzz TV on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You guys can check us out at Black Hollywood Live as well. Also, make sure you guys purchase the Adventures of Serial Buddies on iTunes. Keep the conversation going with us all week long, and tune in next week to find out who won the challenge here at AfterBuzz TV. You can keep the conversation going with me on Twitter and Instagram at DJ Jesse J.
Me at Sensei_DRC.
At Roxy Stryer.
At the Mark Long.
Until next week, Steamer, where can we find you?
At the steamer.
Until next week, same time, same place. Peace.
I love it.
From Bing.com, executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff. We would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.